Hola familia, this is gonna be my first video of the year, and we are gonna get into the hollow forms, but a special way to do it. For those of you that do not have special tools for deep hollowing, and for all of us that are beginning with this kind of job, we are going to do a hollow form, a vessel, if you mind, okay, but in three pieces, okay, the bottom, the top, and an accent ring, which is the center point of attraction of this piece, and it allows us to work with both, like two bowls, and let's say getting all together with the accent ring, which the result, as you can see, can be, see? Okay, so it's not too difficult. These two pieces are not finished yet, but for the video purposes it's good enough. I still have to sand it and finish it, but let's go to see how to do this. Okay, we are going to begin by protecting our table. These are some pine thin boards that are free in Home Depot, and in the middle we are gonna use Sapele again, because what I want is just the feature ring, and the rest of the wood use is gonna be Sapele. So I think that the contrast is gonna be good enough. So now we glue them up together, a lot of clamps. I'm ready for the second one. Okay, so here we go. Then I love to leave, not just to dry the glue, but to cure it, so I leave it overnight. Here we go. Okay, so now we get out all of our clamps, and we are going to join just one side with the planer. Okay, so then we can go safely to the table, and it's gonna do a better job if we have one side perfectly flat and in 90 degrees. Okay, so we establish our thickness, and we raise the blade just what we need, which is a little bit over. This is by safety reasons, of course. And please be very careful when you use any other tool. You know that you have to be focused, and nobody can disturb you when you are doing this kind of job. Okay, so I'm going to attach this board. This is the numbers I use. In this board, if you multiply the how can I say, the widest part of your circle by the number of segments you need, is gonna give you the number, the length of the longest side of your segment. It's in millimeters, but I don't know, I suppose it have to work also with inches. Then we establish in our table saw sled the right angle, 15 degrees, because I'm going to cut in 12 segments, and we are ready for establish with our stop block the exact length of our segment, having in mind the separation that is going to be, because the extra part that is going to be in between each segment. So now we double check it, it's perfect, so we can go ahead. Now it's all just about cut, flip it upside down, cut, and again. I'm sorry, sometimes I have some problems to explain what I want, but I hope you get the idea. Here we go. Now we are gonna make dry fit to double check our diameter, and now we are gonna separate it a little bit. Okay, that's it, and check. Perfect. So now it's time to glue it up. So a good idea is to get a sheet of sandpaper on the table with some painter's tape, and then we can go over every segment to to sand it a little bit, the possible tear out from the table. So we want to have really clean joints. So that's the way, or just one of the ways you can use. Okay, so now is the glue up process. I'm sorry, the camera is a little bit out of frame, but well, you can see my shadow, like in Chinese shadows. You can see the shadow of my hands doing the job. Here we go, the other part. Okay, so now I'm going to use two small dowels to separate the two halves, and I'm going to apply the press to my elastic band, which is a nice way to do that. These elastic bands, you can find it in Home Depot. So now we're going to the disc sander. In my case, it's on the lathe, and of course, even if you have dust extraction, wear a mask. It's a must. And as you can see, I'm using also the shop vac, but all the security things that you get are good enough. So here we go. I'm sanding two discs because I'm doing two pieces at a time, but I'm gonna show you just the process of one. And once we have the surface absolutely flat and with no one gap, then we can go for the next step, that is going to be mount the base on the lathe. Here we go. These are the two pieces I'm going to use. So I'm going to use my chuck with a worm screw to mount the base, and first step of course is protect again your face, and we're going to establish the shape we want. It's a very easy process this time because it's, as you can see, it's a bowl and not a small bowl. And now we're gonna establish the hole, the recess to hold it on the chuck. It's not needed to be too deep. Here is gonna have possibly 30 seconds or something like that, but you can do it even shallower. So now final touches to the shape, cleaning it up. As you can see, I didn't get a lot of diameter off, just needed for balance, and the shape is not difficult at all. Yeah, and it's sanding time. I'm not going to show you that. It's boring. But you know that we have to do it. So now we can get the worm screw out and mount it on the chuck, and it's going to be a easy hollow for this bowl, because it's very open. So this is a very easy hollowing part. Okay. I'm using a 1/2 inch bowl gouge here. There, establish the thickness of the wall, the thickness I want, which is going to be about 1/4 of an inch. We cannot go absolutely thinner because we have to always think about, leave a little bit of room for any mistake or whatever, and we need surface to glue up. So now checking the depth. And finishing touches, and we are gonna sand it. It's gonna be inside a vessel, but it's a perfect moment to leave it absolutely smooth. But first of all, tool marks out with a scraper, and we're gonna be sure that the face is flat. For that, I'm gonna use a board with some paper there, which is perfect for this purpose. Now it's a matter of apply the glue in both surfaces, not a lot. We don't want to squeeze out inside, but of course minimum needed, and wipe out all the excess. And we're gonna press it with the tailstock. This is just a wood cone attached to the life center. So overnight again, and we're ready to go. So I hope you like it. As always, I'm gonna leave the second part. I'm gonna upload it just a minute. So any comments down below, don't forget to subscribe. And if anybody wants and can help, there's the Patreon button over there. See you in a minute.